Watch this video if you want to perfect your vert drop-ins. So the first thing I want you to wrap your head around when you're dropping in on vert is the fact that we're not going to be sending ourselves this way, right? We're not sending ourselves out into the flat bottom. Especially for your first drop-ins, staying close to the wall is genuinely what gives you speed and is what's going to keep you safe. So I don't want to see this kind of stuff where you're just letting yourself fall out and down. It should feel a lot more like this, where you get over the ramp and you go straight down. And I do that and people's mind get blown, like, what, you can drop in without a skateboard? It's like, yeah, I'm not jumping into the flat bottom and the skateboard isn't keeping me safe. I'm staying safe and getting speed by going straight down with the ramp and making the ramp as soft as possible. So there's a couple ways to think about it. Personally, I like to think about keeping my hips close to the coping and feeling like they're going straight down. I don't think about just like tipping out into the ramp like that. I think about getting my hips into the ramp and then straight down. That works for me because I think about everything in terms of my hips, like even backside airs and fives, and that's kind of how I visualize my body placement. But there's other things you can do. One of them is bending your back leg only. That's kind of a funny tip, but it actually paints the picture pretty good. This is what the drop-in is going to look and feel like. More than the opposite. I'm okay with you bending both of your legs, obviously, but if you think about bending your back leg only, it kind of can put you into a nice spot. So play with that. Don't take it like verbatim, but play with that. Now you want to drop in as fast as possible with as much speed as you can. The only real difference is this part where you just go up before. Simple physics. Get up a little higher and you're going to go faster on the way down. It's still important not to get out away from the ramp. That's always going to be important. You just get up here, kind of stand on your toes and just let it fall into the ramp. And that's how you drop in on vert. All right, I'm gonna have Brock switch sides and we're gonna do some switch drop-ins. So when you're dropping in switch, I see this tendency a lot and it bothers me because it only makes things harder for you. When people set up, they set up backwards. They're looking backwards. I don't mind if you wanna visualize it like skating fakie, but as soon as you turn your hips away, you're gonna end up so far from the ramp as you're dropping in. Remember we talked about keeping our hips close? It's going to be impossible to keep your hips close if you're facing backwards. So I'm a huge proponent that we want to face where we're going just so our hips stay back and we can go straight down into the ramp and everything feels a lot smoother. I'm not trying to make the drop-in look harder this way. Drop-ins just don't work like that on big transitions because where your hips are over the ramp, that is the most important thing to get right if you're considering ease of the drop-in and the speed that you're going to get from it. Here's a bonus tip for rolling in on vert. I don't want you to jump out to flat, all right? But this time we can actually pick a screw that we like on the way down. We can kind of pick a landing zone and we can focus as we go over the coping to let ourselves clear the coping and follow the same principles. We try to keep our center of our body close to the ramp the whole time. Don't be afraid to let it float. Be patient with it, you're gonna love it.